Hello, everyone. Welcome to MLAS 800, and this will be our final lecture, our final learning activity. I'm going to focus on our assignments, the design proposal as well as the design presentation. So I'm going to spend some time working through the design proposal rubric and how to approach that, as well as the design presentation rubric and how to approach that. Of course, you'll have more time as the semester goes. As per the syllabus, you have a little bit of time to build it out. I wanted to, for the assignments, build out the assignment for the design proposal as well as the design presentation. I wanted to leave this suggested due date of getting it done by the end of next week on the table for everyone. But of course, as per the syllabus, you have a couple extra weeks after that to submit your design proposal and design presentation. So let's go ahead and start with a design proposal and get going through that. What I'm looking for the design proposal, and this will look very similar to the way that your thesis is structured, in the sense that I'm not looking for something really long. I actually say the page limit. Proposal is within the specified 5-page limit, excluding cover page, abstract, and references. So in other words, in total, you're probably looking at 7 to 8 pages. And most, so 5 page for the body of what it is that you're putting together. And that's really what I'm looking for is you're going to have a cover page that has the title, author information, and then you're going to be making sure that you're using APA guidelines. You're going to have an abstract with that too. So make sure you put an abstract that is no more than 150 words. So just keep it short. It doesn't have to be huge. And then the proposal content itself should have intro, literature review, design methodology, and I do encourage everyone to use a graphic or a visual design representation of what it is that your proposal. Now, remember, our proposal, the theme, we are integrated machine learning and autonomous systems. So I want in your proposal to use a machine learning architecture. And so I want you to build out a machine learning architecture based on what we've learned in this course. So going through the labs, going through the lectures, going through what you've seen, I want you to put a design proposal together, and then I want you to ground it in the literature, right? I want you to ground it in what you see. Go to scholar.google.com and look up different AI architectures. It really wouldn't take too long. I know everyone's busy, but if you spend a Sunday, you can knock this thing out in a Sunday, and then get the core document done in a day, and then after that, give it another day to kind of a couple hours rather, just to kind of tighten any loose ends on it and make sure that you've got your APA references, the citations are proper. Also make sure that your spelling's good and that the grammar's good, and you should be in good shape. Now, you do not. I prefer that you use a DODAF SV1 design visual. You don't necessarily have to go with a DODAF, but you do should have a design visual of some kind, whether that's the system context diagram or whether that's a system architecture using a different style. Whatever you're using, as long as it's understandable and well thought out and layered, you'll be in good shape. Next up, we have, I want you to make sure that you use quality sources. You need to do a minimum of 10 credible sources. Make sure, again, you can grab those from scholar.google.com. There's tons of available information out there. Highly recommend going out there. It's easy to grab your references. As an example, if you go to Scholar, and I'll do integrated as an example, integrated machine learning framework. I'm just gonna something like this, okay? And then you can find all kinds of fun stuff out here for different 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 areas, whether it's health, whether it's finance, whether it's aerospace. There's a lot of different papers out here available to you to read through. Now, when you go, so I'm gonna this one jumped out at me. I'm gonna pull this one up, and then I'm just gonna make an assumption for, let's say, from my perspective. Hey, this looks great. This is a great paper for me. I like it. It's reputable. Cornell University. It's archive. It's on the archive preprint press, and it looks like it's a legitimate paper. So I like it. I'm gonna go read it. I can go over here and hit the PDF, and then I can come through and get a feel for it. I can borrow from this, but of course you have to cite it. But you can build out quite a bit from a lot of these papers. And then this is a nice linear regression architecture, an MLP classification architecture. And it's kind of getting, oh, this is a good, so you can get some stylized architectural inspiration from these papers as well. And I'm not going to run through the whole thing, but you kind of get the idea here is that there's a lot that we can do with these papers to help inform how we approach, or rather how you approach your design proposal. So let's say we love this paper, and I'm going to use it as in something. I go to something as it relates to a citation within my design proposal. Then I just go ahead and hit the cite. I hit cite over here, and then right there I've got my APA format, so I can copy that, and then you can do it in Chicago style if you want, but I like to save off my references in a notepad and then paste them over into Word. That's always a um, helpful mechanism. Okay, so definitely a really useful tool for you in getting your APA references kind of all shored up. Okay, so make sure again that you've got 10 quality references, and then as far as your proposal submission, make sure that what you write, it's a Word document. Clarity, it's make sure it's clear, make sure it's organized, make sure the grammar, free spelling errors, punctuation issues. Make sure it's bulleted out. It's visually presented properly with figures, tables, and labeled appropriately. And then, of course, stick to the proposal page limit. This is a proposal. It doesn't need to be 10, 15, 20 page paper. This is just meant to be short, meant to be concise, meant to help you think through a design proposal. I also, and this is for the students that are thesis students, um, I would also highly encourage you to reuse some of your, if you have a thesis that is machine learning oriented, or if you feel like you have a thesis that is an offshoot of machine learning, but you can incorporate that into the proposal to satisfy the requirement for the MLAS 800 course assignment, then feel free. You can use it. So there's no reason to if you don't have to. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel, and if you can reuse some of your prior research, I highly encourage that. So that's absolutely on the table. Okay, so that's what I have here. If there's any questions about the design proposal submission, big thing is stick to these points. Make sure you stick to the page limit. Make sure you got APA references. Make sure it's cited properly, in-text citations properly, and you should be good to go. Okay. Next up, let's go to the final design presentation. And this is a PowerPoint. So this is going to be different from, this is very similar to phase one versus phase two thesis students. Phase one thesis students require a Word document. Phase two thesis students require a PowerPoint presentation. They got to record it and practice their presentation skills. In this is kind of following the same format. So you're going to go ahead and create an intro, problem statement with objectives, lit review. You're going to need 20 credible references. So in other words, take the 10 that you built from, you can reuse them. You don't have to go get new ones, but you take the 10 that you used in your proposal, design proposal, move those forward, and then get 10 more for your presentation. This is going to be very visual. So your PowerPoint slides need to have a minimum of 20 slides, and you got to make sure it gets to the key areas that you're looking to illustrate, and make it visually appealing, of course, and know who your audience is. Design layout, make sure you've got consistent formatting, make sure it's easy to read. Of course, make sure that you are using good, effective transitions between slides. I also highly encourage everyone to practice it a couple times before they record it. And then make sure you're clear, make sure that you have good pace and timing, and make sure it's fun. I mean, make sure it's something that's easy to understand and engaging. Like the design proposal, your references, you have to have APA references. Make sure they're 20 credible sources, and then make sure that the recording is high quality. I want you to spend some time really thinking about, like, how do I make this a visually appealing and intellectually engaging presentation. I think one of the best ways to do that is to get a software like OBS. It's free, and then record your presentation, record your PowerPoint, upload it to um, YouTube, and then send a YouTube link. Now, the other thing that I'll say, and this is just if you feel like it's appropriate and you have enough time, is absolutely use an editor, a video editor, to kind of clean things up, give it an intro and an outro. If you wanted to put some music to it, that's fine too. I mean, think of this as resume building material, right? This is stuff that you would um, not otherwise do by yourself, unless you're in this kind of business. But this is something that you can use as a reference point to build your resume up. Um, highly encourage you to do that. So feel free to use a video editing software if you want to give it a little extra polish. Highly encouraged. Not required, but highly encouraged. Okay, so that's all I have for the final design presentation. I don't have anything more that I want to record on, rather cover as it relates to that. So if you have any questions, feel free to, again, hit me up on text or email. Again, the last parting words are: don't forget that design proposal is a Word document. The design presentation is a PowerPoint, and I want you to expand in your design presentation on your design proposal, and I want you to have more focus on the not so much the proposal aspect of it, but the actual design and the mechanics of the machine learning design that you've chosen. Feel free to get as technical. I highly encourage you to get as technical. I prefer that you get technical with your design. I would like to know as much detail as possible, and I believe your audience would as well. Okay, that's all I've got. This is the last lecture. You're free to go from this point forward. I do highly encourage everyone to T-Vals will be going out. Please, please, please give me some feedback, and then if you loved it, that's great. I'm great. I'm happy that you enjoyed the class. But also, if there's any little tidbits of info that we could bake into this to make it better, love to hear that too. So if, again, you got any questions, feel free to text or email, and that's it. and enjoyed it. And I will see you in on the other side on the research. Thanks. Take care.